Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, Wooden Railway Adventures, Episode 161, Holly Jolly Molly. It was the Christmas season on the island of Sodor, but it certainly didn't feel like that. The engines had been overworked by the rush of holiday travelers and felt miserable. "This isn't how the Christmas season is supposed to be," said Thomas cheerfully. "We should be happy that we helped make Christmas special for the passengers." "Oh, save it, Thomas," said James, "and take that hat off, would you? Nobody is in the mood for your holiday cheer." "That's right," said Percy. "This has been a holiday season to forget." "Cheer up," said Rosie. "Everybody's attitude here is terrible. Let's have a great Christmas this year." "Exactly," said Toby. "Just because you've been busy doesn't mean a thing. Let's be happy that Sir Topham Hatt gave us Christmas Day off." "Then it's back to work tomorrow morning," said Henry pessimistically. "And the passengers are so ungrateful around this time of year," added Duck. "Isn't it supposed to be the time of sharing and giving? Ugh, I certainly don't feel that." Thomas sighed. "Never mind," he said. "Nothing can fix your poor attitudes, not even Christmas cheer." Just then Molly puffed up. She was in quite a hurry. "What's going on?" asked Rosie. "Apparently a ship has just been spotted off of the island," said Molly quickly. "Sir Topham Hatt is concerned about it, so I'm going to the docks to investigate." Percy gasped. "You don't think this could be related to you know who?" "We don't know," said Molly. "I need to get to the docks as fast as I can," and she puffed away. The engines were in shock. "Diesel has too many friends on different railways for my liking," said James. "Every little thing that happens on this island is suddenly a big deal because we don't know if he and his minions are involved or not." "Whoa, slow down," said Duck. "It's just a ship. That doesn't mean that it automatically has to do with Diesel 10. "Exactly," said Thomas. "Let's not make a big fuss out of this. I'm going to go with Molly. I want to see what this is." "Be careful," said Toby, and Thomas puffed away. When he arrived at the docks, Molly and Salty were already there. The ship was getting closer to shore, but they couldn't see who was aboard. "We aren't expecting any ships because of Christmas," said Salty nervously. "This can't be good," said Thomas. Sir Topham had arrived and looked out into the distance. It was nearing sunset and there was fog everywhere, so it was hard to tell what was on board. "Sir," said Thomas, "you don't suppose that—" "Of course not, Thomas," said Sir Topham Hatt. "It's probably just a ship looking for a place to dock over the holidays. We must be kind and inviting." Finally, the ship broke through the fog and the engines could see a yellow engine aboard. The engines sighed with relief. "Well," said Salty, "at least it's not a troublesome engine like we were thinking it was." "Who knows?" said Molly. "This engine could not want anything to do with the island." However, that was very much the opposite. "Hello," said the engine. "My name is Victor, and I'm on my way to a new railway. The ocean is very rough, and our boat is in danger of capsizing. Could we spend the night here, please?" Sir Topham Hatt smiled. "Of course you may, Victor. Welcome to the island of Sodor. Please, Cranky, put this engine on the rail so that he can go to a nice warm shed for the evening." "Oh, I'm sorry, sir," said Victor, "but I'm narrow gauge and I wouldn't be able to go anywhere on your rails." "Then we must find a flatbed to take you to a shed," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Thomas, would you please—" "Oh, no, sir," said Victor. "I'm fine right on this boat, sir. Don't make any special accommodations for me. Hopefully the seas will calm down tomorrow and we can set off once again." "Very well," said Sir Topham Hatt. "I heard a storm is supposed to come to the island tonight, so stay safe. In the meantime, let's go home, everybody. It's freezing out here. Except you, Molly. I want to have a word with you." The engines puffed away, and soon Molly and Sir Topham Hatt were left alone. "Molly," said Sir Topham Hatt, "is it true that you spotted this ship from the coastline?" "Yes, sir," said Molly nervously. I'm sorry, sir. I should have told you sooner, but I didn't think it was that big of a deal." Sir Topham Hatt laughed. "Don't be sorry, Molly," he said. "I'm very happy with what you've done here. A Christmas present for the island of Sodor. How wonderful is that, in such a time here on the island where we need all the cheer we can get. Thank you, Molly, for making this a very special Christmas indeed. The rest of the engines will be so pleased to see a visitor here at the docks." Molly smiled. "Thank you, sir," she said. "Now go have a Merry Christmas with the rest of your friends," said Sir Topham Hatt. Molly smiled and puffed away. Sir Topham Hatt sighed. "That was a very nice conversation," said Victor. "You must be very proud of your engines, sir." "Oh," said Sir Topham Hatt, "I didn't know you were listening. Yes, I am very proud of my engines." Sir Topham Hatt thought to himself for several seconds. Very proud indeed, he finally said. They are the most useful engines in the whole wide world. He turned to face Victor. Have a good night, Victor, and Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you, my name is Sir Topham Hatt. Victor smiled. Thank you, sir. Sir Topham Hatt walked away. He had planned to spend Christmas with Lady Hatt and his family, but he knew there were other issues to be taken care of first. After a lengthy walk, he finally arrived at a shed just off the main line. There were no other engines around, and it was eerily silent. Well, said Sir Topham Hatt, so this is Diesel 10's gift to the Sodor Railway. I'm not a gift, said the engine. I'm here to tell you some important news, and I don't have a lot of time. I don't either, said Sir Topham Hatt, and since you've trespassed on my railway, I suggest you make it very quick. The engine cleared his throat and began to speak. Diesel 10 is up to no good. I don't know exactly what he's doing, but it's bad news for you and your railway. I just wanted to let you know. Sir Topham Hatt chuckled. Well, that's not new information to me. Diesel 10 is always up to no good. No, said the engine, this is different. Very different. He's got a lot more help this time around, even some engines that you may know of, and he's explicitly told us that he will not fail. He's determined to ruin your railway forever. Sir Topham Hatt sighed. Well, I've heard these types of threats before, but they're not very scary since Diesel 10 is too wimpy to come over here and say them to me himself. He has to send a messenger instead to do his dirty work. I'm not his messenger, said the engine. He doesn't know I'm here. I asked him if I could go get a new coat of paint, and he agreed, so I took the chance to hop across the border. You don't know how much trouble I could get into if I get caught. That's a decision you made when you agreed to meet with me, said Sir Topham Hatt. You're very lucky Molly spotted that new engine off the coast and distracted everybody while you were busy fumbling about on my railway. I believe it's time for you to go. Thank you for a good heating, but this railway can take care of itself. I don't need warnings from his followers. The engine sighed. Very well, I tried to warn you, Sir Topham Hatt, but if you won't take me seriously, then fine. I'll leave soon enough. Sir Topham Hatt turned away. Merry Christmas, and have a Happy New Year on the other railway, if that sort of thing is even possible. Just then, Molly appeared and puffed up next to Sir Topham Hatt. There you are, sir, she said. The engines and I are having a Christmas party at the sheds, and we were wondering if you wanted to join us. No thanks, said Sir Topham Hatt quickly. I'm spending Christmas with Lady Hatt, but thank you anyway. Oh, of course, sir. By the way, who are you talking to over there? You seemed sort of angry. Sir Topham Hatt looked at the shed. Nobody. Just talking to myself, that's all. Well, anyway, Merry Christmas, Sir Topham Hatt. Can I give you a lift? Sir Topham Hatt smiled. Yes, of course. Thank you, Holly Jolly Molly, for your generous holiday spirit. What a wonderful Christmas this has turned out to be. Merry Christmas to all, Sir Topham Hatt shouted, and to all, good runnings on the Sodor Railway.